Whether it's the regular season or the off-season, we have you covered as we give you the best Tennessee Titans and NFL news and insight that a fan could ask for. You're watching the Titan Upload Network.
What up, Titan Nation? It is your boy, Lee Hillis, and we are here Monday Night Football, Titans, Dolphins, and there is something we're going to start off with tonight with my co-host from What's Shaking Titans, Gary Bailey. Gary, how are you?
Man, I'm awesome. What is shaking, guys? What's shaking, Lee? Are y'all ready for some Monday Night Football, baby? Let's go!
But if y'all want to get hyped, we have to go right here, just straight off the bat.
Yeah! You know what time it is. Hey, week 14, Monday Night Football. We having a fish fry in Miami. Tighten up. Let's go!
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bringing that energy.
If Morocco Taylor does not have you bound your ready to run through a brick wall, I don't know what will. But here we are, Monday night, Titans, Dolphins. Yes, the Titans are a huge underdog, 13-point underdog on Monday night. The Titans have yet to win on the road. Gary, question is tonight the night we get our first road win of the year?
Man, you know, it's been a crazy week around the NFL. You've seen all your division leaders lose this past over the past weekend. You know, I think if there is a week where the Titans can pull a crazy upset and score a road victory, it could be tonight, man. And I know that the Dolphins are, you know, a really tough team to compete with. But, you know, with what all is circling the Titans after this past weekend, and I know we'll kind of get more into that, you know, in detail a little bit later, so I don't want to kind of jump ship on that. But, you know, I think they have a lot to play for, a lot to prove tonight. I think this could be the night to pull an upset. I'm still on the fence. If you tuned in to our show last week when we were kind of talking about this game, Lee called them for the upset. I think it's going to be a nasty game, you know, but I think now with everything that's going on, it could definitely be an upset for sure.
And the last time the Titans played on Monday night, or not Monday night, in Miami in general, they hold the record for the longest game in NFL history. Mm-hmm. I think it's close to like 7 hours.
A 7-hour game. That's right. Two, if I'm correct, two storm delays, rain delays, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. But let's get to some very sad news on the Titans front. Titans legend Frank Wycheck passed away over the weekend at the age of 52 after a fall at home.
Yeah, you know, this is a tragic news, sad for all the Titans, you know, fans. You know, I just got, you know, done picking up some Christmas presents for my kids, and my sister sent me the message, and I was kind of shocked, and my mom was with me. She was shocked. You know, this is a true Titans legend. Without Frank Wycheck, we would have never even made it to the first Super Bowl. So, I mean, he means a lot to this organization, to the fan base, you know. So our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to Frank Wycheck's family and friends and loved ones. You know, it's definitely a tragic week for Titans fans.
And that second picture is what you were alluding to.
Exactly.
Home run throwback.
Yes, sir. The Music City Miracle.
But we have a lot to break down for Monday night. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this. And that was made by our very own Gary Bailey.
Yes, sir.
But Titans Dolphins Monday night, The Dolphins have a lot at stake right now. They have a chance to jump into that number 1 seed over Jacksonville. Actually, not Baltimore. Baltimore is sitting there at number 1. But let's look at this game from a statistical standpoint, ranking wise. The Dolphins are second in points scored per game, but they're allowing the 21st. They're allowing the 21st most points per game with 22, but they're also scoring the most points with 32. Total yardage, they're first. They're on average 437 yards per game offensively. Defensively, they're allowing 300. That's 6th in the league. Passing yards, the Dolphins are second with 294, but they're also allowing basically 204. That's the 9th most they're allowing in the league. Rushing yards, they're second with 143 per game. They are 8th in rushing yards allowed with 97. They're in time of possession, they're 14th in the league, but they're averaging per game 30 minutes and 18 seconds per game. Sacks, they're 3rd in the league with 41. They're 14th with 10 interceptions. Now, Gary, how dominant do we think that Miami can be?
Yeah, man. This is definitely a dominating team offensively. Defensively, they got some pretty good numbers here on their defense. A couple of them I want to bring attention to. That's they're 5th in the league defensively against the rushing, against the run attack on the ground. They're 3rd in sacks and 14th in interceptions. So, those
very good defense.
Yeah, they're very good defense. Now, the one thing that is like the light at the end of the tunnel, I would say would be their red zone defense, where they're actually currently ranked 21st, allowing 22.2 points per game, where the Titans defense is actually better than them in that category,
allowing 21.
Yeah, 21.3. So, I think your hopes is that the Titans will be able to consistently get into the red zone here, and capitalize. This is an area where offensively we've struggled all year long
because we're 25th, averaging 17.8.
Exactly. So we have to find a way to execute better in the red zone. If not, then we're going to have to find a way to neutralize their defensive rush and allow, Will Levis to take some shots to maybe like D-Hop or Kyle Phillips,
or
from about
Burks,
or even Burks, from about 30, 35 out, maybe even further out, because that's when we kind of seen, Will Levis been able to capitalize and put up points is, when he's not so compressed into the red zone. So, those are going to be some things that I'm looking at, looking for. But all around, man, this is going to be a tough matchup. The Dolphins is, in my opinion, one of the better teams in the National Football League this year. I definitely see them being able to make it to the Super Bowl for sure, hands down. They're a great team. They're really well coached, offensively and defensively. It's going to be a good one tonight, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of the Titans, they're still dead last in interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting something in. So do you think the Titans can actually move the ball on this defense?
Well, that's a good question, Lee. If you utilize your pieces right, and you keep the defense kind of caught off guard, I think you can. I think really it's going to boil down to a couple of players, and that's going to be Derrick Henry and a mix of Tajay Spears and D-Hop. I think those are going to be your key pieces to be able to move this ball up and down the field. Of course, it's that right there starts and finishes with the O-line. But if we can come out and we can compete semi like we did against the Colts offensively, speaking about the offensive line, then we should be able to move the ball somewhat up and down the field on this defense. My biggest concern is, can Will Levis protect that ball? Can he deliver consistently accurate passes and not throw behind his wide receivers? Because I feel like this is that team where if you start throwing behind D-Hop or behind Cal Phillips or any of your receivers,
Jalen Ramsey will make you pay.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard.
Exactly. They're going to be expecting that. They're going to be ready to jump that route and take that ball to the house. So this is going to be a prove-it game for Will Levis, in my opinion. This will really tell us what he's made of. Is he going to go out here and consistently get turnovers, or will he be able to go out here and consistently move the ball up and down the field? So that's another thing I'll be kind of watching out for. What's your thoughts on it, Lee?
Of course, some of this ties into what I'll hit before we end the show with my keys to victory. I agree. The Titans have to do what they have to do to move the ball. First of all, you have to protect Will Levis. He is the heir apparent to Ryan Tannehill.
Yep.
He has shown you that you can be competitive with him. Like last week, the Titans, in my mind, should have won that game.
Yeah, and if you ask me personally, I think I'm putting that loss. It comes down to one major play to me, and that was the missed field goal. If Ryan Tannehill, if
laces out,
the laces were facing his jersey numbers, the ball was tilted just a bit, but had they been able to capitalize on that, Titans walk out of Nissan Stadium with a victory. And
no overtime.
And if you go back and you really kind of study that game, it was a wild game from start to finish. I remember reaching out to Matthew Massey, co-host of What's Shaking Titans, and you as well, Lee, just saying, okay, Hornswoggle, and just saying, hey guys, like, who is this team and what did they do with the Titans? Because the way they were playing was just unreal. And, if we had played like that all year long, I think we'd be sitting in a much better situation right now.
We would probably be sitting top 2, top 3 in the division.
Yeah, easily.
If we would have played like that in Indy, we probably would have swept Indy this year.
Yeah, but that's why you're banned from going to Colts games from now on.
But yeah, let's jump back to the stats right here. The Dolphins at home per game are averaging 497 yards per game and 39 points per game at home this year. The Titans, on the other hand, are averaging 249 yards per game and 12 points per game on the road. No wonder the Titans haven't won a game on the road this year.
Yeah, this is definitely the stats and numbers that you hope that the Titans can correct for this game, because if they can't, this is going to be an ugly game to watch as a Titans fan.
Denver 2.0?
Could be, yeah.
But
could be a record day for the Dolphins.
As I'd asked you starting the show tonight, can this be a game the Titans can come out and win? If they correct this stuff, can they come out here and win?
I think they'll have to have a lot of stuff
go their way.
A lot of stuff to go their way. They have to eliminate the penalties.
Yeah.
You can't shoot yourself in the foot and expect to win a game like this. And then most importantly, you have to capitalize on field position.
And of course, let me remind y'all, the Titans, the last time they played the Dolphins, And the Dolphins are not a bad team. This was without Derrick Henry. This was without Derrick Henry. In the season, we went and grabbed the division and the number one. We hung 34 on 34, and this was with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you hope that lightning will strike twice in this game, and Titans can kind of capitalize on that. My biggest concern is just I don't know if we have
the
right person. Yeah, the manpower, the right personnel to be able to go in here and succeed like we need to. Fingers crossed, and I'm hoping and praying the Titans shock me and pull out the biggest upset in the National Football League this week. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the happiest person ever, especially since I got the King, Big Henry, number 22 on my fantasy league. So want him to have a day.
Well, I have D-Hop.
Yeah, so there you go.
So we both have motivation to win this week.
Exactly.
But roster moves. Titans made some roster moves today, starting with signing from practice squad to the active roster, running back Jonathan Ward, and punter, the new Titans punter, Ty Zentner, the rookie out of K-State.
Yeah.
But standard elevation practice squad, they will automatically revert back after this game. Marlon Davidson, defensive tackle, to come in and possibly replace Jeff for the night. And then JoJo Duman. Don't know who he is, but supposedly he is a veteran special teams ace.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how all these pieces fit into the roster and if they're able to go out and help us to secure a victory here tonight. I don't know who JoJo Duman is, but I like the name, so I'm rooting for you.
But the inactives, there are 3 names on this list compared to what the list I just got a little while ago. Inactive for the Titans tonight is corner Christian Fulton, Jeffrey Simmons, Malik Willis, Travis Gibson, Caleb Murphy, Josh Wiley, and Mike Brown are all inactive for the Titans tonight.
Yeah, this means we'll see Kyle Phillips in the game, so that intrigues me.
Please don't let him be punt returner.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to use him at wide receiver. He's shown he's productive at the wide receiver position.
Mostly slot.
Mostly slot, and that's where we really need to utilize him right now. That's the type of game style we need to be running with our O-line not being able to hold up and protect Will Levis or open up running lanes. You have to go quick. You have to utilize the short game, and who better to target than Kyle Phillips?
Yeah. So out of all the names that I mentioned inactive, there's one name that really surprised me that is inactive. There's 2 names. They're both outside linebackers. Travis Gibson and Caleb Murphy are both inactive for this game. But Travis Gibson has been inactive all year long.
Yeah. That makes me wonder if he's might be going through something, behind the scenes. I know I was really looking forward to him. I think that if he was able to get, learn the system and,
Well, if he looked incredible.
He did.
When he got time on the field. So did Caleb Murphy.
Yeah.
So the big question mark is, why are both guys out? Or is there some underlying condition?
Yeah, I mean, you're ranking up some great points. It does raise question marks, I wish one of the reporters would ask Brable about that, just because I think Gibson, like I said, if he figures it out and can put 1 and 2 together, I think he could be a very complementary piece to this defense.
Yeah.
He's very quick off the edges and he's able to get to the QB really quickly. And, you add that in with some of the starters. We got Autry, Tierra Tart. I think that Landry, that's only going to add, more fire to more depth and more fire to a already highly competitive defensive front, but then again, we're not there during practices, so we don't know what's really going on. They could really be struggling,
Yeah. So before we get to the pick for the night, let's go into keys to victory. I'm going to start with Gary on this.
Let's go. So my 3 keys to victory here, guys. If you tuned into what's Shaking Titans, I kind of gave my 3 keys to that. So I'm going to try and keep it remotely similar to what I said. The first key is going to be we got to protect the quarterback up front, so it's going to be O-line play. We have to limit the amount of sacks. We have to limit the quick pressures on Will Levis, allow plays to develop downfield. My second key is going to be Henry. I kind of stuck with this key all year long, except for once or twice. But I think going in against one of the top run defenses in the National Football League, this is going to be a game where Derrick Henry has to shine. He has to come out and he has to ball out. Let's see why they call you the king tonight. We have to get that run game going to complement the pass game. And that's just facts, guys. Okay, and then my final key right here is we got to get pressure on Tua. We got to get in his face. We got to cause him to make inaccurate throws. If we don't get pressure up front and on Tua, it's going to be a long night because Tua's going to launch that ball over our heads. And guess what?
Because our secondary is not that good.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill is going to run right past everybody we got on defense. So, we have to get pressure on Tua, guys. We have to keep him contained in the pocket. Don't allow him to escape the pocket and create plays with his legs. And we have to, affect the pass from the pocket.
You're playing right into one of mine.
Yeah.
Which is actually my number 2. Number 1, you have to out taking shots when you can.
Yeah, I agree with that, man.
You've got if you just use nothing but arm strength and take a shot. Because once teams know, hey, they're willing to take shots on us, they will respect you.
Yeah.
And you want this defense to respect you over the top.
Yeah, definitely.
The point that I want to make dealing with getting Derrick Henry going is
shout out to Michael Bishop there because he brings up a great point. Exactly.
Heading home from work, got to win on 3rd down on both sides. And I agree. You have to be able to win on 3rd down because if you cannot win on 3rd down, you're in trouble. If you cannot get off the field on 3rd down, you're in trouble. But if you keep allowing them to hang in the game on 3rd down, if you are playing from behind the chains, you're in trouble.
Exactly, man. 3rd down is going to be critical here because the
3rd down conversions are going to be really critical in this game.
Well, the one thing we talked about earlier is, this is a Dolphins team who struggles in the red zone. Their defense struggles in the red zone.
If you can get them down inside that 20-yard line in the Homage red zone, to be specific, you're gonna be able. You might be able to score on them.
Yeah, and definitely.
When it comes to scoring, that's my final point. Number 2, this play is right to something you were saying. Contain Tua.
Yeah.
Keep him in the pocket, make him one-dimensional, and force him to throw it early before he has time. And those early throws, and you have pressure on him, can lead to turnovers.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say this: whoever wins the turnover battle tonight wins this game.
Yeah, I think a little more goes in depth into winning this game than just winning the turnover battles. Just with how fast their offense is, one of I'll go as far as to say this would be my honorable mention for keys to victory. and that is we have to stop that running game as well.
And you saw on the thumbnail or on the very front picture, Devon Achane has been lethal. Him and Raheem Mostert, that's that two-headed monster, that dynamic duo, like that we wanted out that we want out of Henry and Spears.
And you have to ask yourself, guys, with Big Jeff not being in the lineup today, how is that going to affect the Titans against the run? So that's going to be a really big part to all this. But we have to be able to stop the run. We have to be able to contain Tua and pressure Tua. Lee, that's great keys right there, brother.
And awaken to the eternal.com. Tennessee has to play fast off the edge on defense, and they also have to be able to run the ball downhill between the numbers. Exactly. You have to be able to force the run down their throat, basically. Force them to respect you up front.
Yep.
And the point I was going to make when it comes to running the ball, Derrick Henry owns Jalen Ramsey. Go back to his days in Jacksonville. But number 3 for me, do your job.
I like that.
Do your job. Go back to the Patriots' last Super Bowl run when they actually played Super Bowl 1. I think it was Super Bowl 51 in Atlanta. That whole season, or that whole playoff run, Bill Belichick preached, do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job. Do it only you can. And you give yourself a chance to win this ball game.
Do you remember when we ended the dynasty? That was a year where no one had the Titans winning that Patriots matchup. We all were everybody, national media, local media, Patriots are going to win all the way. That's just what it was. And we did our job.
This is a very good point. Nothing fancy against a faster team. You need to attack the middle of the field on offense.
Yeah. I mean, you got to. That is key. I mean, you got to attack. You got, like we said, you got to be able to pressure Tua. You got to cause Tua to make, self mistakes. Make him make the mistakes. Don't try and force the mistakes. Make him make them. Because when you do that, then you're setting yourself up for success.
And this right here is one of my final points. Finish with touchdowns, not field goals. Touchdowns win this game. Field goals don't.
Exactly.
Unless you're tied at 21. Unless you're tied at 21 with like 3 seconds left and you're in field goal range, take the field goal.
Yeah. And guys, I'll go out and I'll say this, if we're going to put up touchdowns against this team, we have to find a way to do it from outside the red zone. We have to have those big plays because this is our Titans team, guys, and you can get mad at me all you want in the chat, but it's just the truth. We suck in the red zone. How many times outside of, Derrick Henry have we put up a touchdown in the red zone this year?
Not really.
No, we have to be able to put up points from outside of the red zone. That's big plays, and we're going to have to find a way to consecutively do those explosive plays this game. Now is the time to pull out all them fancy plays on offense,
And hate to say it, Gibson and Murphy are both out for this game. Jaleel Johnson, that would be a nice move right there in the middle with Tart and Autry.
Yeah, Gibson is still with Tennessee.
Yeah, he's still here, but he's just inactive. Him and Murphy are both inactive.
Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, I think Gibson has a lot he can offer this team. He's just got to be able to put the pieces together. And once he does, I think he would definitely benefit, be a benefit to this defensive front for sure.
Yes. But this late, and of course, everybody who's watching this now and possibly comes back and watches this before game, who wins this game?
Yeah, let us know who y'all got. Let us know in the comments right now who you got winning this game. Lee, Who you got, brother?
Let me type this up. And you can go ahead on this.
Oh, you trying to throw me under the bus already? Okay. Let's see.
Because I've already got my prediction set right here. I've had it set since the beginning. Even before
I'm having to think on this one, man.
Even before all the white check news came out. And I feel like that right there will play into this a lot, possibly. I'm going to say this. Gary, you know right where I'm going. Titans upset the Dolphins 24-21.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Miami 28, Titans 16.
Now that's realistic right there.
And he said, let's hope. Ooh, Titans scoring 30 for the first time this season.
Yes. I think I mentioned this in the beginning. I think the Titans have a lot to play for with the loss of Frank Wycheck. I think they're going to come in and just try and put up a game that Frank Wycheck would be proud to say, hey, this was my team. This is my family. You know, I think the Titans have a lot to play for here tonight. And I think that if there's a night for them to go out and hit above 30, if there's a night for them to get an upset, it's going to be tonight. But yeah, I could see, I could even see the Dolphins hitting 28, you know, being like a 28-31 game. It's going to be hard to contain them less than 24 for sure, because this is a very dynamic offense, you know. Like I said, my prediction was just kind of out there on a limb. And I still think that the Dolphins can run away with this one, guys.
Awaken made a very good point. If the Titans can keep the game close, they can keep some dignity.
Exactly.
But as we get ready to get out of here.
Yeah, we've got 12 minutes till the game starts, guys. Let's go. Tighten up.
We're going to pay tribute to one of the biggest names in the organization who we just lost over the weekend.
Yeah.
And Gary, you know who it is.
Yeah. You know, tragic news came out on Sunday that, you know, Frank Wycheck passed away in an accident at his house Saturday afternoon, really. He took a nasty fall, you know, so just want to real quick send our thoughts and prayers out to his family, friends, loved ones. It's definitely a tragic week for the Titans fan base. Frank Wycheck will always be loved and be one of the greats, you know, to one of the greatest tight ends to ever be a Titan.
And I agree with that statement right here. Tight ends better play good tonight for Frank.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Chig. Not naming no names, but naming names.
But here's the play.
16 seconds to play. The Bills have taken a 16-15 lead on the Tennessee Titans. Taken by Neal. He gives it to Wycheck. Taken by Dyson. Dyson's on the sideline. There is no way. It's a miracle. Tennessee has pulled a miracle for the Titans. Unbelievable.
One of the greatest plays ever called.
Yes.
And Frank
Yeah.
Wycheck was a huge part of it.
Yes, definitely. And you know, what a job that, you know, Mike Keith did calling that play. Still, like the audio of that, of him calling that play, still epic to this day.
Gives you chills. Gives
Yes,
you
it does.
chills.
Definitely.
But I've heard actually Mike Keith said that was one of the worst games he had ever called
Well,
until that play.
Yeah.
But as we get ready out of here, Monday Night Football kicks off at 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central. And if you are not close to a TV to watch it, go over to the Titan Upload Network. Titan Upload, the watch party kicks off here within the next probably 5-10 minutes over on the Titan Upload Network. And of course, while you're here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you know when we go live over here. And do the same thing over at What's Shaking Titans and over the Titan Upload Network.
Definitely, guys. You know, definitely go check out the watch party from the Titan Upload Network. It is a awesome watch. Boss Man does a great job over there. And then you know, make sure if you're not subscribed to the Upload Network, like Lee said, hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications to get the latest from the Upload Network, and do the same to the 615 podcast as well as What's Shaking Titans.
And
you know,
go ahead. The link to our sponsor Homage is actually down in the description. So go ahead. If with Christmas around the corner, Boss Man did an unboxing video yesterday. If you have that sports fan in your life and you haven't gotten them anything, go over to Homage.
Great quality stuff, guys. You can't go wrong with Homage. So definitely go check it out.
The shirt,
hoodie. I mean, it's awesome. By far one of the best and most comfortable hoodies I've had.
It's soft, but of course we have to hear from Morocco Taylor just one more time before we get out of here.
Yeah! You know what time it is. Hey, week 14, Monday Night Football. We having a fish fry in Miami. Tighten up. Let's go.
Let's go.
And as Gary and I always say, and yes, it is Monday Night Football, so go watch the game, be loud. And if you take videos, send it to us, and you may get featured. You may get featured.
Definitely send us your videos of your reaction to tonight's game. It's you'll have a chance to go on you know, both the 615 and What's Shaking. You know, where Lee is actually co-host on What's Shaking Titans now. So,
and as we always say, stay classy and tighten up.
Tighten up. Let's go.